Breaking news. Sheikh Hamdan and Haadiya breaking up? The truth revealed. In Dubai's golden dawn, where the desert sands still sing, lived a crown prince with a heart, a falcon on the wing. Sheikh Hamdan, known as Fazza, with poems in his eyes, carried love like a secret beneath Arabian skies. Haadiya was the name, a rose of gentle grace. Her laughter was a lantern, her beauty, soft embrace. She walked beside his shadow, she stood within his light. Together they were endless like stars in velvet night. But whispers filled the palace like winds before a storm. A love once pure and steady began to lose its form. The poems turned to silence, the falcon's wings grew still. A question marked the skyline. Was this the end of will? He wrote upon the parchment with ink of sleepless tears, verses torn with longing, weighed down by hidden fears. Do hearts that once were blazing now crumble into dust? Or does a love eternal still burn because it must? Haadiya too was weeping, though veiled behind her smile. She held the prince's letters and read them for a while. Each word became a dagger, each line a quiet plea. Her soul a restless ocean, chained by destiny. The people of the kingdom began to softly ask, has love now met its ending behind the royal mask? And though the truth lay hidden, in silence deep and vast, the breaking of two hearts was an echo from the past. So part one closes gently with questions in the air. A falcon waits in shadows, love's burden hard to bear. Is this the end of Fazza and Haadiya's sweet dream? Or will their bond rekindle like rivers meet a stream? The desert moon was watching, a silver, silent eye, as Haadiya walked the gardens beneath the jeweled sky. Her steps were slow with sorrow, her veil was damp with tears. She carried love's remembrance, yet trembled with her fears. Fazza, the poet prince, stood upon the shore, his gaze upon the waters where silence spoke of more. The ocean told a secret, the winds began to say, two hearts may beat as one, yet drift so far away. He whispered to the nightfall, his voice both soft and frail, a kingdom I can govern, yet love I might just fail. What worth is all my power, the crown upon my brow, if she who holds my spirit does not stand with me now? Haadiya heard the echo, it trembled through her soul. She longed to cross the distance to make his spirit whole. But pride became her prison, her silence locked the door, and love that could have spoken was buried evermore. The courtiers spread their rumors, the palace heard their song. They say the prince is lonely, they say her heart's gone wrong. Perhaps another lady has taken Haadiya's place, or maybe royal duty has stolen love's embrace. But none could see the story that burned behind the eyes, of a falcon-hearted ruler, of a woman's hidden cries. The truth was not betrayal, nor secrets dark with sin. It was the fear of losing what never should have been. Still Fazza held his journals where poetry ran. The palace halls grew restless, the marble cold with gloom, as whispers turned to thunder and love foretold its doom. The courtiers bowed in silence, yet eyes betrayed the tale, that even kings and princes let fragile hearts grow frail. Haadiya stood in shadows, her veil against her face, her heart a storm of questions, her spirit out of place. At last she sought his presence, no longer could she wait. The moment had arrived, the hand of silent fate. She found him near the courtyard where fountains kissed the air. His falcon perched beside him, his brow a crown of care. Hamdan, she softly whispered, her voice a trembling thread. Do you still walk beside me, or has our journey fled? The prince turned slow to meet her, his eyes a desert flame. 1,000 nights of yearning within his silence came. O Haadiya, beloved, my heart has borne the scar. I ruled a world of riches, yet lost the jewel you are. You stand before me distant, though near in flesh and bone, and though the world adores me, I feel so much alone. Was it my endless duty, the weight of crown and land, that built these walls between us like dunes of shifting sand? Her tears fell like the rainstorm that rarely touched the dune. Her sob a song of sorrow beneath the watching moon. No other man could hold me, no whispers led me wrong, but silence built a prison, too high, too deep, too long. I feared to lose your kingdom, I feared to break your name, so I hid my heart in silence and bore the quiet shame. But know this truth, O Fazza, no throne can take away the love that still ignites me, though night has stolen day. The falcon spread its feathers, it shrieked into the sky, a symbol of their anguish, a cry that did not lie. And though their hearts were breaking, one truth began to rise. That love, though bruised and battered, still shone within their eyes. The palace walls were trembling, though silent to the ear, as if the stones themselves could feel the weight of fear. The moonlight carved their shadows, two figures torn apart, bound by threads of passion, yet breaking heart by heart. Fazza's voice grew thunder, a storm within his chest. Haadiya, tell me truly, is love put to the test? For I cannot rule a kingdom, nor ride beneath the sky, if I must lose the reason that gives me wings to fly. She lifted up her teardrops, her eyes a pleading flame. Do you not see, O Hamdan, the world has staked its claim? They whisper of our union, they twist it into chains. They say my love is weakness, they say my heart profanes. I feared for you, my dearest, I feared the weight you bear, and so I cloaked my passion in silence and despair. Yet every night I withered, alone in golden halls, a queen without her kingdom, a soul that slowly falls. The falcon cried above them, its wings a restless beat. The desert winds were rising, the storm refused defeat. The night became a mirror where truth could not be veiled, and all the lies of silence were finally unveiled.